The archery contest that changed the course of civilization. That is what Draupadi's Swayamvar was. A room full of the most powerful kings and warriors on earth, all competing for the hand of the most beautiful and most intelligent woman alive. And by the end of it, one man had been publicly humiliated, 5 brothers had gained a wife, and the fault lines that would lead to the Kurukshetra War had been permanently carved into history. This is the story of Draupadi's Swayamvar, and it is not the fairy tale you think it is. Let me set the stage. Draupadi, also called Panchali, was the daughter of King Drupada of Panchala. She was born from a sacred fire, an Agni Kund, along with her brother Drishtadyumna. She was not born through normal means. She emerged from flame, dark-skinned, luminously beautiful, with hair that smelled of lotus flowers from a distance of 2 miles. The texts make it clear, she was extraordinary in every dimension. Intelligent, sharp-tongued, fearless, and stunningly beautiful. King Drupada announced a Swayamvar, a ceremony where the bride chooses her husband. But this was not a free choice. There was a test, and the test was designed to be impossible. A massive bow made of divine steel was placed in the center of the arena. Above, on a rotating pole, was a mechanical fish. The fish spun continuously. Below the fish was a pool of water, and the reflection of the spinning fish was visible in the pool. The challenge? String the divine bow, then look only at the reflection of the fish in the water and shoot the fish in the eye. Through its reflection, while it spins, with a bow that most men could not even lift. Kings came from every corner of the world. The arena was packed, hundreds of royal suitors, each one powerful, wealthy, and confident that he would win. And one by one, they failed. They could not even string the bow. King after king walked up, grabbed the bow, strained, struggled, and walked away humiliated. The bow did not bend. Some could not lift it off the ground. Others managed to lift it but could not bend it enough to attach the string. It was divine steel. It was not meant for ordinary arms. And then, Karna stood up. Karna, the greatest warrior nobody wanted to acknowledge. Karna, who was already famous for his skill, but infamous for his birth. The charioteer's son, the man without lineage. And here is where the accounts diverge, and the divergence matters enormously. In some versions of the Mahabharata, Karna actually lifts the bow. He strings it. He is about to shoot when Draupadi stands up and says, "I will not marry a Sutaputra. I will not marry a charioteer's son." She rejects him publicly, in front of every king and warrior in the world, before he can even attempt the shot. In other versions, Karna fails to string the bow. The divine bow defeats him like it defeated everyone else. He walks back to his seat, humiliated, burning with rage. The first version is more devastating, because if Draupadi rejected Karna based on his caste, then she, the woman born from fire, the woman who would later demand justice for herself in the Kaurava court, denied justice to someone else. She judged him by his birth, not his merit. The same system that would later allow her to be wagered like property was the system she enforced against Karna. The irony is staggering, and Karna never forgot it. His hatred of Draupadi, his cruel words during her humiliation in the dice game, his calling her a woman of loose character, all of it traces back to this moment, to the Swayamvar where he was told he was not good enough because of who his parents were. Rejection breeds cruelty, always. After the parade of failed kings, a young Brahmin stood up from the back of the arena. Nobody knew him. He was dressed simply, sitting among the common priests and scholars. He walked to the center, picked up the divine bow as if it weighed nothing, strung it in a single fluid motion, looked down at the reflection of the spinning fish, and fired 5 arrows in rapid succession. Each one struck the fish in the eye. Perfect shots, through reflection, while the target spun. The arena erupted. Draupadi walked toward the young Brahmin and placed the garland around his neck, choosing him as her husband. The young Brahmin was Arjuna. The Pandavas were in disguise, living incognito after surviving the burning of the House of Lak, Duryodhan's assassination attempt. Nobody at the Swayamvar knew who they were, But the kings in the arena were furious. A Brahmin winning a Swayamvar meant for Kshatriyas? A commoner taking the greatest prize from assembled royalty? Several kings attacked. Arjuna and Bhima fought them off, and then they went home. And Arjuna said to his mother Kunti before she saw them, "Mother, look what we have brought home today." And Kunti, without looking, said, "Whatever it is, share it equally among all 5 of you." She thought they had brought home food or alms, but her word was law. And because of that one sentence spoken without looking, Draupadi married all 5 Pandava brothers. 1 woman, 5 husbands. Because a mother spoke without thinking. There is a deeper mythology here. Some texts say Draupadi was destined for 5 husbands because of a boon from Shiva in a previous life, where she asked for a husband with 5 specific qualities, and Shiva said, "No single man can possess all 5, so you will have 5 husbands in your next life." But the surface-level story is more human and more heartbreaking. A moment of carelessness, a word spoken too quickly, and a woman's entire life shaped by it. Draupadi's Swayamvar was not a fairy tale. It was the opening move of a tragedy. The bow was strung, the fish was struck, the garland was placed. And every person who felt slighted, rejected, or humiliated in that arena carried their wound forward into history. The Mahabharata war did not start at Kurukshetra. It started in that arena, with a spinning fish and a room full of wounded egos.